Gloria in excelsis Deo. Almighty and ever-living God, we ask for thy help, thy grace, thy guidance, in our letting go of what is not, that we might have an experience of what actually is, conscious of our beingness in the world. Amen. Today we're looking at lesson 5. I'm never upset for the reason I think. So we're going to bring up any person or situation and notice the feeling about it. Now, we were looking at these thoughts and these observations of things and letting those become meaningless, letting go of the meanings, the projections, the positions that we've been holding about things to clear the way for an experience of something else than the limited perceptions of the ego. And we're going to be applying this to these upsets. So I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm not mad at my ex for the reason I think. I'm not afraid of the taxes for the reason I think. These thoughts are meaningless. These perceptions of the meaning I've been giving things is not so. So we're working on that. Now, let's bring in some letting go, the emotion behind the thing. So there's a feeling there. The mind says it's because of this perception observed externally. We're coming to maybe it's just a feeling. Maybe it's just a vibration. And allowing ourselves to relinquish those vibrations and therefore have a very different experience as we're no longer seeing things through the lens of lower frequency vibrations, of anger, of fear, of pride, of guilt, etc. So, could you allow yourself to come to a feeling experience and allow that feeling to be relinquished by just letting go of the thoughts about why that feeling is there? All thoughts are resistance to allowing feelings to be felt and go. Coming to the presence of what you really are. So let's try this out. Let's see what happens for you. And let us know in the comments what happens for you. I am never upset for the reason I think. And so take anything you're upset about now, or were upset about earlier or yesterday or whenever. And could you notice the label you have on that upset? Well, is it anger? Is it fear? Guilt? And could you notice once you've allowed yourself to notice that feeling and the label you're putting on that feeling, could you notice what the mind says it's about? Oh, it's about what he did or she did, or I did, or the way that situation is looking in the world. Now, just like the previous lessons, could you let this thought go? Just for now, just trying it out, could you let go of the reason you think this feeling's there? And could you allow it to be just a feeling? If you let go of the reason, you may find that the feeling actually just goes. Though it may just be some energy just accumulated, could you let that feeling be felt I'm not upset for the reason I think. Maybe it's just a feeling. And could you allow that feeling to be here from moment to moment? And if the thoughts pop up, oh no, I'm not upset for that reason. I'm not going to give that thought my energy right now. I'm just going to sit with this feeling. Could you let the thoughts go by and allow that feeling to be there without the resistance of giving it meaning, giving it thought, letting it go? Could you let that feeling go? Would you let that feeling go? Letting go of a reason, a justification for keeping that feeling, for keeping that upset, and letting that upset, that feeling go as best you can. Maybe it goes, maybe there's more. When could you let it go? And go ahead and allow that feeling. If there's more, just let it keep running. Or you can check in with, I'm never upset for the reason I think. What's another situation that seems upsetting? Well, my kid is doing this and I'm worried about them. We're not making enough sales at work and I want more. I want more sales, want more money. So noticing the feeling that's there. Is it desire, worry? What label do you give that feeling? And what's that story it seems to be about? What's happening with the kid? What's happening at work? Whatever it is. And could it be possible that this feeling is not about the reason you think? Could you let it be that you're not feeling that feeling because of the reason you think you are? And could you let go of that story, that reason for feeling this feeling just for now, and experience that feeling? Let that feeling be felt, letting the thoughts drift away without tapping on them and getting more of them. Could you let it be just a feeling? And feel it for this moment. Could you allow the feeling? The thoughts might keep popping up. The thoughts are resistance to letting this feeling go, by the way. Could you let the thoughts be meaningless? Let the reason for the feeling not be, just letting it go and feeling that feeling, experiencing that feeling, letting it be just a feeling. And that is letting it go. Could you let that feeling go? Just could you? Since you don't have a reason to keep this feeling, would you let it go? When could you let go and never be upset? And it's okay if there's more of that feeling. Sometimes it takes a while for them to run out. Sometimes we have more and more reasons to keep these feelings that we give ourselves with all these meaningless thoughts. So just getting in the habit, getting in the groove. Oh, I'm not upset for the reason I think. Maybe it's just a feeling that's ready to go. And so taking a look at the same or any other situation, and oh, I've got a pimple on my face and I'm embarrassed. Or they said this to me and I feel like they're wrong. And so taking whatever that situation is, whatever comes up for you, could it be possible that you're not upset for the reason you think? Could it be that it's just a feeling? And could you allow yourself to let go of giving meaning to the feeling? Just allowing the reason to keep the feeling to go. Just letting go of those words, those symbols, that story about the feeling, the upset. And could you let it be just a feeling? And experience that feeling. Now, the mind may rush to give explanation to the feeling, to plan to keep the feeling by giving it justification and meaning. Could you just let those thoughts scroll by without engaging them, tapping on them, and getting more, and let the feeling be there? Just feeling the feeling. Feeling that embarrassment, whatever that upset might be labeled as. Feeling the pride, whatever the upset might be labeled as. Could you let it be some energy, a sensation, and just letting it be there, letting it go? Could you let this feeling go? Since you're not feeling it for the reason you think anyway. Now that you don't have a reason to keep it and thoughts about what it is, would you let it go? Just let that feeling run out. When could you let go of having a reason to be upset and the very upset feeling itself? Just getting in a momentum, a consistency of, oh, this thought, I don't need to engage this thought. This thought does not have the meaning I've been giving it. This feeling itself, this upset, it's not here for the reason I've been thinking. It's just an upset. It's just a feeling. Could I let it go? And just letting this energy flow again. Now, it's always suggested to do the lessons as they're written. This is just meant to be an expansion for those of you who are practicing letting go and the Sedona method, to give the feelings a chance to be released with the prompts as these Course in Miracles lessons. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for your releasing. Feel free to go over this a few times and have the best day you can.